I'm so tired, and I had an eye doctor appointment yesterday, so I'm trying out new contacts, and I'm like, I look tired. I need glasses to hide the bags under my eyes.
Oh my
And
God.
I had like a big bowl of potato chips last night, so I'm feeling really puffy this morning. I mean, it's just not good.
I
It's
know.
just,
I'm super frustrated and tired.
yeah, this is a great way. But
Oh, darn it. I love those.
I know there's nothing in it.
I don't care.
It's
You know
probably going to
what?
hold my glasses.
I just saw those recently.
I just splurged.
Oh,
It's
well,
so
I'm
cute.
gonna.
I'm all in this flea market flower thing.
Oh, we are all in.
Oh my gosh, I'm all in this guest room CalSal.
Qual, QalSal.
Oh,
It's real.
well, welcome. Before we get going, listen to us. We're forgetting we have people
We have
watching.
manners.
I know, where are our manners? Welcome, everyone. Welcome, new viewers, old viewers. We're so happy you're here. We've been so excited to do this episode just because I've been gone for a week and we started the punch along and we got excited about flea market flowers. So here we are. I'm Rachel, Treehouse Fiber Arts.
Sue, Knit 24.
Yes,
Really taking that for this.
this is episode 20. Feel like it's a milestone episode, maybe. I don't know.
No clue.
Woohoo!
Let's
20.
just say it. It's Thursday and it feels no different than the Monday that we did it. So it's just us. It has nothing to do with the day.
We have a few changes. I'm not wearing glasses today. I have contacts in and I'm trying to decide if I can see well or not. I think I can, but you won't have a glare. My eyes are
Well, mine don't glare, do they?
No, yours don't glare.
I don't know.
Yours are very nice. So you got a haircut.
I got a haircut and I brightened up. I couldn't take it anymore. I'm so happy, but you know it is super eerie. I was talking to Chelsea about this. So of course you wear a mask the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end, she was, which I don't even own a blow dryer, but we wanted to see how the color looks, so we wanted it dry. I say we because she's practically a family member. She's my cousin's daughter.
Yeah.
She's just a lovely human being. And so I had the mask on and I had bangs. Do you know, Chelsea is a carbon copy of me, like from here.
Really?
Oh my God. I said to you, like, oh my God, I feel like I'm looking at Chelsea because none of this was here. So the aging piece wasn't there. It's just this, right?
Yeah.
And then and her hair's naturally darker. She's not a blonde anymore. And it was eerie. I told Chelsea, I kept like looking away because I felt like I was looking at her. It was funny. So bizarre.
It's weird getting your hair cut with a mask anyway.
It's hard. It's hard. And I'm fully vaccinated. Mm-hmm. Tia is not. She's getting, I think she said tomorrow or the next day.
Mm-hmm. And I had my one and done, which is now being recalled. So I'm feeling, what, do I have stomach pain, headache? Is that it coming on? Or is that sinus? I'm like, great.
But don't you think, wouldn't it have already happened?
Well, they said 3 weeks. And I'm at 3 weeks. I think it said 2 to 3 weeks the symptoms start coming.
Let me tell you how much I love you now then.
I know. I know. Maybe I shouldn't. I bequeath my flea market flowers to.
Oh yeah.
You could do a raffle.
Okay.
do like a raffle and give the money to like COVID vaccination relief or whatever. I don't know.
Well, Jacob was going to get his on Monday, and it was the J&J, Monday or Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And of course it came on that morning. I am pretty sure they called him and said, we're not giving it. I don't know how it went, but he was able to secure another one yesterday, not J&J, mm-hmm. Moderna, I think. I think my kids have had Moderna and Dave and I have had Pfizer. So yeah, so I actually
it's good to spread them out. Like you don't want to put the whole family on the airplane
when you're traveling. Oh, gosh. Although Dave and I should have been the one that split.
Yeah. There's some ageism going on there.
I know, but doesn't it feel, well, does it still feel good? For me, it feels so good to be fully, and everything, the 2 weeks after were there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have to say, hopping around Disney World and Universal Studios, I did feel thankful, but I was still acting like I didn't have a vaccine. And I mean, I was using every time we saw hand sanitizer, which was every like 5 steps at both those
Mhm.
parks. We'd use it, masks on all the time. I felt really safe. I mean, they checked our temps when we walked in. Some of the rides, they checked our temps before we got on.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I agree with you though, even though I'm feeling super comfortable, I'm not doing anything different. I'm doing all of the exact same precautions, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's important. I feel like it's really important to still be vigilant and
And you know what? It was really nice, knock on wood, not having any colds or flus all winter long because I took those precautions. I guess they
same
really do work, washing your hands all the
a lot.
time and hand sanitizer.
I know, I know. I'm so
So,
sorry. I just have to read this email really quickly.
yes, well, we have
Talk amongst
businesses
you.
going on. Oh, I'll tell one thing that I completely forgot on my trip was the outer ring to my hoop. So I brought my 3 projects. I was going to start one. No. So I had to stitch in hand, and I started the easiest one I got to stitch in hand, but I didn't get to start the ones I wanted to work on hard. And don't forget your outer ring when you travel, people.
Travel.
I was feeling so smart that I took my lap, that stand, that I sit on, and I
Yes.
unscrewed it. I felt like Nicola Parkman traveling with my needlework, like all folded up and nice, and then I leave my outer ring.
There's nothing worse than missing equipment.
Oh, that was bad. And there was a stitch shop, but it was closed the day that I had off.
I was going to ask
And
you
yeah, I
that.
ended up not going to any place at all. No
Yeah.
yarn place, no nothing. It was
All right.
warm and,
Yeah. It's all right. It's
yeah.
all right.
So I'll show
I
you later
know.
what I worked on.
And I was stitching like a mad woman, a mad woman. And then I went to Vermont to see,
Yes.
but I'll tell everyone else, Chelsea and Justin and the girls and my Benjamin. And I got to see my nephew too, which was really nice.
Oh,
Again, we were outside. He has no vaccinations yet. He was on the list, but outside he had a mask on and it felt very safe. But I can't do anything when I'm there. It is so busy. It is so
oh,
chaotic. It is. I shouldn't
yeah.
say that. I knit here and there. Chelsea and I got to knit a little bit at night if we could stop staring into space, because that's really all we did by nighttime.
Oh, yeah.
It was utter chaos, all good chaos, but chaos.
A 3 and a 1-year-old,
A
just
three,
in case people don't know,
three and a
and 2
1-year-old
dogs.
and 2 dogs, one which was a puppy who thought the 3-year-old was also a puppy to play with. And so you had to be on high alert because she adored Winnie and thought she was just a bundle of fun. But
Ooh, yeah.
she's a puppy and she's big and their faces are at this exact same level. And I don't think Winnie would ever intentionally do anything.
No.
But all she has to do is have her mouth like slightly open and Lily turn, right? It's like
Yeah.
anything. So that was crazy. And Chelsea doesn't have the lighting I need, and I'm not willing up there to travel with lighting because it's just a waste of time.
Why bother?
Yeah.
Waste of space in the car.
Yeah. So I went from stitching like a madwoman on something that I will show, like, holy cow, to nothing. And so consequently being home, I keep wanting to stitch, but I'm out of the rhythm of it. Do you find
Yes.
that?
Yes.
And I haven't had large enough chunks of time to settle in, so I'm getting frustrated. And
Mm-mm.
today is a heavy die till about 3 o'clock, and then I am hoping and praying I need a good solid 2 hours to get back.
Yes.
All it's going to
Exactly.
take is 2 hours, and then I will be completely back.
Yes. It's so hard to be focused on so stitching takes me a little bit to get into the rhythm, where knitting I could just pick up,
Same,
do 5 minutes and feel productive.
same.
So we have a couple of people that said they'd be our cooks.
Yes, my gosh, so generous.
I know. And one of them had like 30 years Italian restaurant experience. Like they own an Italian restaurant.
Can we pick that one?
I love the comments. Well, Linda, well, that was, I think, was it Denise? I think it was. I think her name was Denise. Yes, I think it was. And then Linda, although she doesn't have as much cooking experience, she made like over 150 quilts for, yes.
Okay.
And her husband are retired. So I did ask if the husband cleaned, Linda could help us with our quilts, and then we'd have our cook and Denise for our summer.
And honestly, the husband could golf with Dave.
That's true.
As long as they take Winnie.
There you go. Yes, we need someone to handle Winnie.
Somebody will need to handle Winnie. Oh my gosh, it is so funny though, because that was such an off the cuff conversation, right?
It really was. We went really down a rabbit hole, like a dream rabbit hole.
I feel like the QalSal, which I love, was just like, yeah, maybe.
We're doing it, people.
Real. It's real. We are ready. We're almost ready.
Yeah.
We're gathering a few extras that we might need.
Yes. We can talk about it right now.
Let's talk about it.
I got all my fabric. You too? I mean, I printed out my paperwork.
Oh, I haven't done that yet.
Yep. Oh my gosh. This was like the heaviest box of fabric.
Okay, so tell me this. Is it totally weird that we both work on the exact same things?
What the heck?
Like
I'm glad you're not my sister or something, because I feel like
other floss tubers, like, they bring more content because they're all working on different things. We don't. We could be one person. Look at us.
I know.
Here's up.
But
this should be our shot.
Let it be our shot, please, YouTube.
How does that work? I don't know.
You know what? I can make it our shot. I figured out how to do that.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's gorgeous. I'm so excited to do these flowers. I mean,
Me too. Okay.
Just look at it. I love the background too.
Same.
I love that fabric.
Same.
It's got it's like advertisements. It's like an old timey, I don't know. What are they?
Do you believe we're doing this? Okay, not only are we doing this, we are buying featherweights. I am buying a featherweight.
I don't know if I'm buying one yet.
I desperately need your help with that, Rachel. I cannot figure out. First, I do want that beautiful color that.
Yeah. You need to hold out for that. There's people out here who know where to go for featherweights that are restored. There's got to be. So help us out. Somebody
tell me, because I want that. I don't even know what that color is. Like, it's a teal, but more green than blue.
It's Lori Holt Aqua.
Okay, Lori Holt Aqua
I think
is the one I want. That's the one I want. So if anyone knows where I can get that, I'm totally getting one.
Yeah, you need to treat yourself because you've been working very hard.
You know what? I thought, why can't I get one of those? And why can't I get that quilt? I work so hard. We all work hard. I'm not like saying like, oh, poor me, I work so hard. We all work so hard. We work so hard. We deserve it.
Well, we both got it for ourselves for Mother's Day. You helped me rationalize that. So Brian is like, woo, yay.
I even told Dave, I still think I might want to pick something else.
See, I'm not as clever as you yet. I'm learning.
I can teach you my tricks.
Yeah.
I'll teach you all my tricks.
Oh gosh. So the QalSal, that's our qual.
Qual is happening and I cannot wait.
Yes, and then our stitch along. We got the Lori Holt cross stitch, which I couldn't start. You started, but I was waiting. I want to do it on that barley, that 25 count barley. So I got it from Fat Quarter Shop. It's really hard to get anywhere else right now because it's back ordered everywhere. But I picked up my last DMC floss that I needed. So I've got all the floss. I'm gonna make floss tags, I think, in one of the flowers on here, in the shape of the bag. What?
Look at your bag.
I know. I'm using my Lori Holt spring That's the Stitch Card D, I think.
That's amazing.
My bag. I'm all Lori Hell. I even got, I went all in. I'm like, I've never gone all in before, but I'll
You
be
know what
drinking my
though?
coffee.
That I want. That I need to get a couple for my markers and my pens.
I'm so excited. And I am so excited that I actually put in my shop, if anyone is interested, I have another one. I kitted it up. I did the work for you. This is not barley, but this is vintage country mocha. And you can either use the modeled side or the plain side. I think it'll be gorgeous.
Oh my God, that's going to be gone in a minute.
So that's there, people, right now.
All right. And I wanted to pick a fabric that looked like, because they're going to be all together. So I wanted something similar.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using 36 count from Seraphim.
Look at you. Oh, you got far.
Well, I didn't because I can't get in a rhythm. I can't get in a rhythm. So I worked on this morning. I did. I'm still trying to do some stitching in the morning because my morning starts so fast. And it's just like emails and texts. And it's like, oh my gosh, like I need to breathe. So I try to start with a piece. I'm not doing my red one. Oh, I'm so inconsistent. But anyway.
Okay. This came along.
Yeah. And you know what? I am one that works on what I want to work on. Like I wish I was the other way, but I'm not, and I'm okay with that. But oh my gosh, it's so much fun.
I can't wait to do those petals. I feel like are you do holding it one at a time? Are you doing a 36 count?
36 one strand. I do not like working with two strands. Yeah. I just don't. I like the look of it, but I don't like it.
I'll have to do it with my 25 count.
Yeah, if you saw what's going on here. Okay, so do you want to see the one
that you've been working on that I don't know about?
The one that no, the whatever this one's called.
Oh my gosh, our other one, the Prim.
And I can't wait to get back to it. This one was easier.
I switched around my project bags and now I'm all confused where I'm at.
Yeah, I have the next one coming. Look how far I am.
You are so far.
I am
still just
okay. I got super. I should iron, huh? I also want an antique iron in case anyone wants to.
I know. Maybe I should just get an antique. I need an iron because I willed mine to die last time.
You're all about death right now, Rachel.
I know. What the heck?
We gotta snap out.
I should wait for the COVID thing to pass before I get an iron.
You could bequeath it to me. Oh my gosh, you guys, this goes a lot faster to me.
Really?
Bigger areas, either that or I just got a great rhythm. But I have the new one coming, the next edition.
This one, right?
Did you get it already? Oh no, no.
No?
No, the next block.
Oh, no, I don't have that.
Block. But I also have that one coming.
I thought that's what you said, yeah.
I have that one coming. And so the 3 are going on the wall. That's the Sal. Okay, it's a QalSalPal.
Are you going to share everybody what you're, oh my gosh.
It's a QalSalPal. So this is the, I don't know why I think I'm so funny.
We only laugh at it. No one else is.
No one else is laughing.
Good
but I'm cracking up. Okay, I love this so much.
I do too.
So, okay, so this is what hit me after we finished that. Like, I get overwhelmed because I start a lot of things and I feel like I'm never going to finish them. Well, I am committed. I feel like I am so committed to this QalSalPal.
Me too.
QSP.
Oh,
QalSalPal. Okay, I am so committed. There's no reason why this can't be done. There is no I'm in control of that, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And me too, a little bit.
I feel like I lost sight of that. I feel like, like, oh, how many years do I have left for all of this? I'm totally in control.
You're talking about death.
Here we go again. Okay, so, and then I'm doing the one that you just held up.
Yep, Prim and Proper.
Prim and Proper. That may get here today, which means I need a trip to Joanne's. And that's going on this too.
Nice.
Okay, so that's the quilt and the stitching. So
I really like the prim and proper on a smaller count fabric better than bigger count. I've noticed when I'm seeing people. So you'll have it on
that
a smaller.
is that the one I'm waiting for is Prim and
Yes,
Proper?
it'll
Okay.
look great smaller like
Yeah,
yours.
because I want it to be big, medium, small is what it's going to look like, I think.
And can you see it with complementary frames, like not matchy matchy, but like it looks like you just
Yep.
found this amazing artist you at a flea market in France, and then you went to a flea market in
In London.
London, and then you were in Prague.
I was going to say Belgium.
Okay. And the frames all are fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
so I'm done with all these. How is that possible? I finished all of these. Oh no, this one is, I overstepped. Most of these I'm done with. So I was like, oh my gosh, so I have these cute little, they were really inexpensive at Hobby Lobby, like end tables in our guest bedroom, which is really Lily's room when she comes. So, and they're nice, and I don't want water stains. I don't want coffee mug stains because it's also bends at times. I'm going to punch 2 of these.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know which 2, but I'm just going to take
punch
the
with the
pattern.
DMC.
Yeah. I'm just gonna, okay, I don't need that. I'm just gonna take the pattern and trace it, and I'm gonna punch them.
Oh my gosh, is that not brilliant?
Brilliant.
When you said that, I'm like, ooh,
Yeah,
I have to try it. We'll get to the punching in a little bit.
Yeah. So QalSalPal.
QalSalPal. Oh my gosh.
QalSalPal.
QalSalPal.
I mean, who else has incorporated every beautiful piece of in a long?
You need these for the room then.
I do.
On the coasters.
And then I'm thinking, why am I putting this in the guest room? Why aren't I enjoying this in my room? So that could change everything.
Oh no. You mean it'd be the master bedroom?
Yeah.
QalSalPal?
Yeah.
With Dave?
We are not good at having like a beautiful bedroom. We have like we're like college dorm style still. Nothing matches.
It's like some people make these oases of no. Ours is like there's boxes that we haven't even opened since we moved here 8 years ago, and pictures that I can't figure out where to hang. And at one point we had the treadmill. I've got my loom in there, my rigid heddle loom that I wasn't using, my old one, my Franken loom.
Yeah, I know. So, but that could, I don't think he'd care. I don't know. Maybe he would. I don't know.
Just do it.
I'm doing it.
I bet there's a bike in your room.
Yeah, there used to be a bike in my room, always. There's 2 bikes in my dining room quite often. Yeah, we've got a lot of bikes in our house. Dave's a biker. Yeah, so anyways, that's what I'm going to do with some of these. Super excited. I'd actually, if I go to Joann's, I may get the floss to start those.
That's so cool.
But the part that I'm super excited about is I am not looking at this like, yeah, it'd be really nice. It's like, no, this is happening.
I'm so excited to work on the blocks.
Me too.
Did you see we had a commenter say she's made all the blocks. Now she's putting the quilt together. I know I told her, please tag us if she's on Instagram.
Yes.
I'd love to see the process.
Definitely. The only thing and I know I have to print it all off. I do spend time on the blog and I look at things and I rewatch the same one over and over again.
Yeah, she's some nice videos that make me feel like I can do this.
Yeah, me too. So is typical Sue. I am not really a quilter, so why not make like that quilt? Why not? How hard can it be?
We'll cut that out. Well, and I don't feel like what she's doing is it? I mean, making those squares. There's no quilting. It's cutting out shapes, flipping them right side out. So, and now, are you going to hand applique them on, or are you going to? I'm going to use my sewing machine, I think.
I don't know that I'm not good with machines. I'm better with hands.
Yeah.
Part of me is saying because of the English paper piecing and how much I enjoy it, it feels similar to that in a sense.
Yeah. So you might want to get some threads to match.
Yes, I do have, I think I have a bunch that
Part
would.
of me
I
is
have
like,
like an Aurifil pack.
if I do it on the machine, can I just use like a,
The top, this is the sewist I am. That top thread, that has to
yeah,
be the right color.
okay, I
The
can't use
bottom
the soft
doesn't.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh
So
yeah, that makes sense.
we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see, people. You'll either see success or a 2-year drawn out saga of
I really like once I'm kind of like, well, first we have to gather all our materials, which we're getting there.
which is
Um,
hard to do because a lot of them are back ordered.
yeah, yeah. And I really want my machine. I really want my machine.
Yeah. Help a person out, everybody, if
Help,
you know.
help me.
I swear Lori Holt mentioned who she gets her machines from
You
in
know
one of her.
what? I tried to go back and look at ones that I thought that could come up, and I
Yeah,
haven't heard anything.
like her sewing room tour, or one of them, she introduced us to 3 of her machines, I thought,
Really?
and talked about how her husband had just bought the yellow one was her latest
Okay.
gift.
Okay, Lori, who will never watch this, but maybe a friend of Lori's could get back to us.
Friend of a friend,
Friend of a friend, and like
Kevin Bacon.
12. I was just gonna say that. Like 12 degrees of separation maybe could happen here, or it's like
Maybe Lori Holt's hairdresser's daughter,
daughters, pet grandma.
boyfriend's grandmother who watches our show.
I know. So yeah, it feels like it's a very heavy Lori Holt show.
I know.
And I'm sorry for anyone that doesn't enjoy that, but
But let's move on to Teresa Kogut. Should we?
move on to Teresa.
Thank you again for telling everyone about our pal.
She's
That's
so generous.
nice. Yeah, so generous.
But the good point is, like, if you weren't able to get the kit from Rachel because she's out of them, although you have the supplies.
I do have some more punches and a few more stands.
Yes. So Teresa did say you can still join us, get it through her shop.
Yep. She's
How long is this going for? Do we know?
I think just a month of April.
Okay.
Honestly, this is a pretty fast,
super fast
project. Now, I am brand new to this, so I loaded, it really was a lot easier to load this punch needle than I ever thought. And I used the Woolery came out with just brand new YouTube. So if you go to their channel, the Woolery, they have an episode about loading your punch needle. They have an episode about actually punching, and she gives great tips and tricks. So I actually, on the channel, I made a post with that link. So check out a post I made, and I'll put down below too, but it's the Woolery. Great videos. That got me going really fast.
Yeah, I was kind of stopped because I wanted to try the new Ultra Punch that I got from you, as opposed to my old, this one, the little red one.
Yeah.
And I think I like the results I'm getting better with yours.
Okay.
And threading it is basically the same. But the needle, I feel like I'm getting a delivery or something. The needle threader, oh dear. Well, I like this about the Ultra Punch. It comes with this white.
Yeah, that helps you find it.
Super helpful. Mine doesn't. But what mine does is you put it through, you put the eye of it, just a quick, you put it in through the top, and then you loop your thread in there. You can't even see it, but there's a loop. You pull it through, and then you have to put this through the little hole, which is very difficult for me. I don't know why. And thread it, because it ultimately has to go through that hole. Now, this threader is what I'm using when I get to that point, because it's much easier. Because I thread, because it doesn't have that white, and I don't know if you can just buy these, I'm sure you can. That white thing gets in the way. So what you do with this one is you pull it through, and here's your loop. You get it all the way through, and then you simply insert
Oh,
this.
that's cool.
So it's a one step instead of two, like threading.
Yeah. Yep.
Having
That
said
would be
that,
nice.
it's these, first of all, they're probably all over my floor and I don't know where.
I am going to make some sort of case that I can put this stuff in, because I haven't figured out how to manage. That's the hardest part for me, is managing the thread, I think.
The thread, because it's not something you put on rings. It's not, I don't know. I think I said this on the morning meeting that we do. It's, I feel like for punch needle, for me, it's not a long drawn out project because there's too much stuff, right? It's like, there's too much confusion of, oh, if I put it down for too long, I'm not going to remember what cream color I used. And I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like one and done. I don't know. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I think I want to get those. I have some old DMC plastic bobbins, and I think I'm going to wrap my bobbins. Going forward, I think I want to only punch with Valdani. That's already 3, and it comes right out the ball.
Yep. So you don't ever cut it. I've done that before on another one. It's a game changer, and I do need to talk to you about that later.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
Yeah. Now, I think it was Linda in the comments said that she takes her DMC and her weeks, and she across her bed unravels it all and pulls it into 3 skeins or 3 strands, makes skeins out of them, or balls. It's like, wow, I would get so tangled if I did that.
Yeah. It sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
For my personality, it would make me insane because I would be impatient. It would get tangled, and but it's brilliant to do it that way.
So yeah, I what I did with just this tool is I went through the channel, got my strand, pulled it through, and then I used this like a needle threader. I just put it through the hole, grabbed and pulled out. So it was a 2-step process.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, that would be nice to have a 1-step process, but you could use any needle threader you own, really.
I had a hard time getting that through the hole.
Maybe your eyes or the lighting was off.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah.
Now I'm using number 1 when I'm punching. So you want to make it, what are you using? Are you using 1?
I'm using the smallest needle and 1. Oh, yes. You know what? Here I told you it was the one closest to your hand, is the one furthest.
Well, I still understood. That's what I'm using 1. So you're using 1.
I'm using 1.
Yeah, 1 and the smallest. When you get your Ultra Punch from me, it comes with the medium size. And it's so easy. Don't be intimidated. It's so easy to open this thing up and put the other needle in and the spring.
It's nothing.
And go to that Woolery video if you're at all nervous about it. It really is a good video. So I want to see what you got done. Why don't I show mine, because mine is not as far as yours.
Well, I only worked on it for a couple hours. It is super fast.
It is.
But you show.
So I was new, so before I show, in the margin over here, I just played around just to get because I know I'm going to be finishing it not using that border. So,
I mean,
it's okay. It's okay. There's a few little holes right there, but not holes, but
you can fill in.
I'll fill it in after, and you get into a rhythm. Now my front, I mean, you can't tell on the screen, but I'm really trying. You can tell I did this one first. Now I'm doing much better with traveling, not pulling such a big loop up every time I go down.
Yep. The other thing is, if you feel like an area isn't dense enough, so then the area around it, go really close so it pushes it together.
I was wondering if that could happen. I'm going to do that with the eye.
I had a few like that. The eye, I definitely did that way because I didn't want it to be as big as it was coming out. So I just pushed the other threads really close and really tight so that it would push it there's a lot of manipulating you can do as you do more and more, and it makes sense. Now, I didn't even necessarily practice because I'm constantly pulling it out. Like, oh no, I don't like it. I pull it out.
Yeah, it's easy to pull out.
Easy to pull
It
out.
does, you do see where your needle went through. Do you have to worry? We had someone who the fabric actually, tore.
Oh,
What
I
if she was
think
going too close?
if you do it, yeah, I guess I never had that problem, but that would make sense. I mean, I go pretty close. If you look at my back, it's pretty packed.
Oh, look at how pretty it's gonna get, everybody.
I know. It's so fun. This is a game changer for me. So this is what it actually looks like.
Oh, it's so
And see how big that eye is? It's
yeah.
going to end up looking like that.
Yeah, because you're gonna punch. Oh, and that's such a friendly. Oh, it's so
Isn't it
cute.
And even this was a little tricky. So what I started with, a couple things I'll tell you what I did. Again, not that it's right or wrong. I think I started with the inside of the ear. Because I knew, yep, okay. And then, oh, go ahead.
You told me, I think, the last time you had said that's what you were going to do.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
I started with the eyes. I take that back.
I did all solid little areas. I waited a little bit for this just because I was like, I need a little more work practicing. Up here, I ended up working back and forth. And down here, I worked this way. I actually might have done the whole face like this over and over again.
That's a great idea because that's how sheep really are, aren't they?
I thought so. And again, this comes from rug hooking more than needle punching for me. It's the same thing. It's just a different, even though I'm not needle punching the rug, I am hooking it. But it's the same idea. And down here I started, I'm going to put in all the darks and just play with it and then fill in at the end with all the whites.
I love this. I find that I'm really tense though.
Okay.
I need to relax my hand.
That's what I want to talk about. I cannot figure out, and when I did this years ago, I was never tense. I flew. Those things I showed last time, I made those in an afternoon. Am I too weak now? Because I'm really needing to push, right? So how do you do it where you're not tense? Because you're pushing, right?
I was just hoping that I'd get used to it, and then because when I started knitting, I was tense, and then now I'm relaxed.
But for me, the tension seems to be around getting the needle into the fabric and back out.
Yeah.
Maybe I have weak wrists.
I think maybe we're just.
Chelsea and I, years ago on one of our podcasts, talked about our weak wrists. Maybe it's coming back.
I don't know, but I want everybody to be careful and be kind of cognizant of your wrists when you're doing this and your thumb,
Yeah. But I am enjoying it. I'm not sure that I'm enjoying whether part of is around this, what I'm using.
I love this thing. I love how it just rolls, because when you're punching, you want to keep the eye part, the threads in the back and the eyes always in the front. So instead of turning my hand, I'm just turning this as I'm going and keeping my hand in the same place. And it just rolls nice. I can lean it up on the table. And
now, can I tell you, my eye, I go sideways.
Oh, the Woolery said to punch with, the kind of at a slant, always with and so does Teresa Kogut.
So, okay, so say it again. With the eye, the sharp point. So
the thread is coming out the back.
Right.
And yeah, like that.
So is your Ultra Punch word in front or in back?
I'm reading my Ultra Punch word.
Right. But is it?
Depends how you put it in, I bet.
Oh, I know. That's true. Because the one I watched, I was under the impression she was working sideways.
Really? And it works.
What I'm
Maybe
doing,
it's a consistency thing. As long as your tail is not in the front, you're pushing it.
right. The tail always has to, see, to me, the tail will be on the right-hand side when I do it.
So when you're doing it, you're punching and that eye is looking at you. Or is the eye
Sideways.
interesting? So when I'm punching, my eye is like a headlight leading the way. Huh.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering if that will help with, I don't like how much stress it has on my hand right now. And it was never like that. So I'm obviously either have to get better at it and get maybe even more comfortable.
Yeah. Maybe there's a lot of tension because you're sideways, you're putting more of the needle in, where if you were forward, it would just be the tip of the needle that would break through easier.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, and watch the Woolery.
I will watch the Woolery.
The second one is where she talks about punching.
Doing it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm loving it. But I
Me too.
have to say, this I'm not loving on my desk along with everything else.
Yeah, I agree. I have the same issue in front of me. That's why I was like, well, but then you hardly use any of it anyway right now. The biggest is going to be the background where you'd be changing all the time. So I'm thinking I might, with the background colors, put those on bobbins.
Again, though, you got to split the whole thing down the middle.
Split it. I know. After this one, I'm all Valdani.
Valdani. I am the same, and I did it. I will say the cost, it's high, but it's worth it.
But it's the same when you look at how much you're getting.
Is it?
Yes. On the
Okay.
Valdani website, there's a blog that I read that breaks down the price, because that's what people complain about a lot, but you get a lot more. It's kind of like silk. You get a lot more silk, it costs more.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. I'm 100% with you because it changes it completely. You thread your needle once while you're doing that. Sorry.
Yeah, you thread it once and then you don't have this disruption of your rhythm, I guess is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I agree.
And I was finding too, when I punch, if I brought it up too high, I could just pull a little on the tail. That's okay, right?
I do that all the time, but then sometimes I pull a little too much and I flip, and it's like, oh, now I'm like, can't catch up with it. And yeah.
So I think that is all I had to say about mine. Use the hashtag on Instagram, FTPal, if you're on Insta. If you're not on Instagram, shoot me an email with a picture of your progress. I would love to show, I think during one of our episodes, I'll just show people's progress. Maybe I'll pop it in. And if you use the hashtag, no, I might use it on the episode. But I feel like if you're putting it already in public on Instagram, then you're okay with that. Oh, I know. There was one other tip that Linda had. She's punch needled a lot. This is the Linda episode. But she had a lot to offer on this last
And I
episode.
meant to go back and read comments. I read them for the first week and then I totally forget. Mm-hmm. So I feel like, although I do remember the conversations we're having, I remember reading about those.
Yeah. Well, Linda uses Pellon 101 interfacing.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know exactly how it works, but she'll put the interfacing on the back where you're punching just to make it a tighter punch, and it stabilizes. I know some people do that with wool when they're doing applique with wool.
Yes, I definitely do.
For their embroidery, but that's what she does. Wow. And she says it makes the punch cleaner and tighter and
wow, I feel like that's part of my hand stress is how tight it is.
Yeah, that would be harder, wouldn't it? But that's an option for some of you who may be having a little issue with the fabric.
Well, and I hope people are enjoying it. I really hope people are happy they're doing this. I also know Vonna is going to be doing
I saw that.
Yeah, a whole thing on, she's probably going to be actually teaching it. So that would be also another good resource Can't remember when that's happening.
I'll put it down below. She's doing it in the end of May. It was like May 24th or something.
Okay, she
During a
actually had a
live.
date.
She called it an informal punch needling thing where she'll teach. It's not necessarily a class, but
Right,
you don't
right.
need a class to get going.
You don't. It's really just practice, practice, practice. And I am one to just have like those tutorial things on a loop. Like I'm not even half the time like concentrating, but if I'm working, I'll just have it on a loop and it just slowly seeps into my brain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, what else? What else have we been working on?
You know what? I feel like I have not been working on anything else. I really am enjoying being a monogamous stitcher.
Mm-hmm.
I really am, because that is the key for me to get things done. And the things that I'm buying, and I want to get them done. I don't want to just stitch a few stitches and move on. I definitely have pieces like that.
Mm-hmm.
But my goal is to have this stuff up in my house. Like, I really want it done.
Yeah.
So I'm finding I'm much more focused.
Well, that's good.
I like it. For
Well,
today. Next
I
week, I'll
I
have 25 new pieces.
well, not bringing my outer ring of my hoop to Florida messed me up, and I happened to throw in my bag the latest Stitch Quarterly from Fat Quarter Shop in the bag. So I was like, well, maybe that's a sign. This is a project I could do in hand.
Mhm.
And the kit, this is the picture. It's called Fresh Cut.
Adorable.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. The thing that I got excited about was it's using Cosmo. It came with Cosmo thread.
I don't know what Cosmo is.
It's a Japanese cotton, just like DMC.
Oh, okay. That's kind of ringing a bell now.
From what I read about Cosmo, it was really a cotton thread that was introduced to quilt shops, and a lot of quilt shops carry Cosmo. They didn't want to compete maybe with DMC for cross stitching, but for
Mhm.
stitching, I don't know.
So
But
is it one strand, six strands? What is it?
exactly like DMC, six
Yeah.
strands. It's softer, so there must be a little bit of a different process or a different
Mhm.
quality of cotton. I don't know what it is. It's a little softer and more, I want to say more yarny.
Oh,
Yeah, so I did stitching in hand. It was good practice for me. Um, the other thing is this is a color and cotton. It's called bisque.
oh, so
And
nice.
it's 14 count Ada. So I was working on Ada on my balcony and it was just fun. It was so pleasant. Enjoyed the stitching in hand. It went really smoothly, this
That's
time.
a
And
good one for stitching in hand, because
yeah,
it's got some really meat to it.
yeah, it really
Yeah.
was. So, I'm not in love with the project, but gave
Fun.
me some stitching to do on my patio on my day
Yeah.
off from the craziness of Disney and Universal Studios. So I don't know. That's really all. Cosmo it's lovely to work with, but it would never replace DMC for me.
Okay.
It's just my
Colors are
personal
beautiful.
opinion. Yeah, I heard that maybe you've heard this too, that it's the one thing that Cosmo does really well is different shades of one color family.
Okay.
So I guess the aquas, they have lots of really good aquas. So if you're a person who can't find the right aqua in DMC, and if you look at the color card, I was watching somebody where they had a Cosmo color card and it's gorgeous. So if you're doing I think I would use Cosmo for a modern folk embroidery.
Mhm.
Um, the tone one, where he uses one color, but if you wanted to just play around and use all the different tones of the blue,
Beautiful.
Cosmo would be the way to go. I'll
Can I
try and
tell
insert a
you?
picture of the color card here too so people can see that.
Can I tell you how much I want to do Jacob's yearly one for this year?
Every time I see,
It kills me.
it kills me too, but I cannot add another one until I get
Well,
last year's done.
well, as I say, I'm being such a monogamous stitcher, and I know I'm going to need to take a break soon from that, just because I need a different thing. The two things that came to my mind, ridiculous, the Queen sampler, which is the hard, and I never say that, never. It is the hardest piece of needlework you could ever work on. I'm really getting drawn to that. I'm missing my sampler stitching. I am absolutely missing my sampler stitching. So that one came to mind, and we've got to finish last year's. We're so close.
You're really close.
You're pretty close.
I'm starting the bottom row.
But knowing one color, how quickly it goes, like.
It's just going to take me to all of a sudden be like, I want to work on this. And then I'll be like,
done. Same.
Done.
And I guess that's the feeling I'm getting is like, oh, I'm being pulled to that again. So it's probably going to be time to pick that up for a good week or two and get that out of my system.
Yeah, I think this is the time of the year with spring. I'm so drawn to these flowers, the flea market flowers, just the colors.
Same.
And I'm just drawn to Lori Holt stuff right now.
Same.
And Anniversaries, I feel like was really great for winter.
I'm not drawn to that.
It still, I hardly have anything done.
I haven't even started that one.
But
I was thinking about that one, and Guilt was starting to come in, and then I had to get rid of it immediately. There's no need for Guilt.
No. We're not on I'm trying to keep up with the months, and I'm on April right now. I have half of a month to finish this one. It goes fast. They're little.
Yeah. I do feel like it will hit me a day, and I'll want to work on it. That's adorable.
It's a stitch shop.
It's adorable.
Isn't it? Yeah. So it's on my hoop, so it's what I'm going to pick up next.
Yeah.
It's already ready to go, and I, thread the needle when I end so that I just can sit down and start stitching. I don't have to thread anything.
Yep.
I did want to mention, while I was gone, I got the fabric now for these La-Di-Da Love Wide kits, so they are available with and without the fabric in my shop. I wanted to make sure. And I also have a few kits of the Stitchy Stars in the called for.
I didn't know you had that.
If anybody's interested, it's there.
Okay.
I just thought I'd try it out because I had the floss.
But I love that one. I know.
It's super cute. What I love about it is you can just, all of her things are like the same dimensions. I don't know if it's like 24 stitches by 24, something like that. And you can
always
creative.
She's brilliant in that way.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the best new addition to your shop.
What is it? Oh my gosh. Why am I not?
Rachel.
Oh my gosh, I forgot I have Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. I didn't even bring it out.
Oh my gosh, that is the best. It is I'm so thrilled because I have wanted to get it forever and I'm just too lazy. And now that you have it, I'm going to get it. And I'm going to always get it and always have it. And so excited about it.
I contacted her, I think her name is Deb. I don't know. And I was like, there's no way. I'm such a piddly little shop. And she treated me like I was, like I was Hobby Lobby wanting her.
That's how every customer, or I forget what I would call you, like a distributor.
Yeah.
Everyone should be treated the same.
Yeah, I was like, wow, okay. Awesome. So I have it in my shop. Good, I'll take 3.
Send me 3.
She would have been like, right away, ma'am.
That is so great. I am so excited about that.
It's a great little issue. I check out the website, put some pictures up. I especially love the punch needle in it. There's this hot air balloon with a bunny in it that's to die for.
And it's funny because I at a glance saw it. And then when I actually saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Beautiful.
The punch stitching in this episode, I think, steals the show personally. There's some really great cross stitch in there, but especially the punch needle. So I have the spring, check it out. I'll be getting the next summer, fall, and Christmas as well. Maybe I'll do a pre-order for the Christmas one just to get an idea of how many people, because that's a big seller. That's a bigger one.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah, and while we're talking about the Treehouse Fiber Art shop, I thought I'd share a little sneak peek about for my next kit that I'm putting together, which is something I have wanted to do for so long.
Am I gonna want it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I
But
have no
my highlighted designer is going to be Barbara Anna, who I love. I absolutely
That's the one I wanted.
love. No way.
I'm not kidding you. I have gone to order that 100 times. Okay, I want it,
I'm
and I
gonna
want
pull it out. This one is amazing. Now I don't know. This is probably more towards summer that I'll have kits for this.
Oh, you don't have the kits yet. Okay, I'm first on the list.
This is a little sneak peek.
I want to do it for Dave and I.
I love how pale they are because that's me and Brian. But it's a great little piece for.
Oh.
I have a love theme going on with Love Abide. This is called Love Never Fails by Barbara Anna. I don't know if I'm getting a very good picture here. I can't tell.
And what are you going to use for fabric?
I don't know. I don't know. The called for fabric is dirty linen from Zweigert. I might just go with that because I love it.
And what count? Sorry.
And it's all DMC.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
can we do it before this summer?
But what?
Can we do it before this summer?
I can try. We'll see if I can get everything in. I probably would be able to. It calls for 32 count dirty linen, and it ends up being the design area is 17 by 11, so it's pretty big for 32. So I think I might do 36 count so we can just use one strand.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's all about what I would like you to have in your shop right now.
Yeah, so I mean, it's all DMC, which I love. I love DMC. I really do.
You know what?
And the colors are spectacular.
Mm-hmm. I have so many issues in my life, which we've already talked about, difficulty getting certain things. Mm-hmm. So I am so happy when things are DMC because it's readily available.
Yes.
I know this is so like not good, but I'm so tired of not like waiting for something and then not being able to get it, and who my impatience is flying through right now. So I love DMC.
Absolutely. It's gorgeous.
It
really is.
And I never feel like I'm settling.
No, not at all.
Not settling. I love it, the variety. I think that's why I'm so hooked on Lori Holt right now. It's just like, it's easy. You can get it.
Yeah.
Everything about it.
Yeah. And I love pulling these kits together. It's so much fun. So I feel like I'm doing the work so you don't have to. You guys can, if you're interested in a kit that I put together, and I only put together kits that I want to stitch. I'm not like 1-2-3 Stitch where you can just click a button and get any kit. So I'll just make a few and we'll see how they go. But,
add me to that automatically.
Okay.
Just put me on auto shipment for all those things.
I should have auto ship going, shouldn't
I? Auto shipment. I want it.
I'll have to make some sort of tag for that one because it's all DMC. We're going to use tags. So that's fun too, to put that all together.
I can't wait.
Eventually I would love to be sewing some bags that go with this too and making a really like Uber kit. But
I can go on auto shipment with that too.
Enough of shop talk. You're not here for that. So
I am going to do a quick shop talk for Legacy Fiber Arts, which we never do here. But we do have a lot of crossover people right now. And I just want to talk about a virtual trunk show that we're doing with Frame and Fiber, our friend Paige. And it is next Saturday. What's that date? 24th?
I think so.
At 10 o'clock. If you go to Paige's Frame and Fiber, I think she has, whether there are links or whatever, over there. It is a Zoom trunk show. It doesn't mean that you can come in, but you can ask questions. I think you can type questions. So if people want to see certain colorways, like, oh, I'm thinking of a shawl, but I want this, this, and this. Is there any way you can show me? If I have all the colors there, that's an absolute no problem. Plus we have colorways that were with Shop Paige exclusively for the last 3 years that are going to be released. It's the Under the Sea collection.
You showed that last time. I think.
Did I show it here?
I think so.
Oh my gosh. I'm in love.
The latest one.
So Octopus's Garden is one of my favorites. I'm so excited about it. And I have some models knit up, not a lot. It's so hard. Our colors change. It's so hard to have models. It really is. But yeah, Chelsea and I will be on with Paige. We're super excited and selling. You can buy right then and there. Most things will be already dyed, so they'll ship super quick. Otherwise, they'll take an extra day. That's it. So
I wonder, is it the same process that the expo kind of used, where the designers were in the room and then you go? Are you going to Paige's? So you go to Paige's website, Frame and Fiber?
I'm pretty sure you go over there. I should know for 100%. But
Yeah, I don't quite understand.
She's the one hosting it. If you go to her website, it will tell you, and that way you can like watch it, kind of like this, watch us and type. But because it's live.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like you can come on and be a box.
Zoom.
All I know is it's interactive and yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm really working on the basement as far as the setup. I look like a yarn shop down there to begin with, but I'm making it look better, and I got a ring light, and I think it's something we're going to really continue doing.
I think it's so cool. What a great idea.
Yeah, I think we're going to continue so that people can really get a up close and personal kind of thing with it. And Chelsea and I will be podcasting next week. That's our goal, to really talk about it.
Well, and if you have good lighting and a good setup, you really get an idea of the colorway a lot better on a video than you do with pictures, I think.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know why that is, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I have one more thing. You know, my Ultimate Beginner quilt from Fat Quarter
Yes.
Shop. I finally figured out, I think, what I'm going to do, and I got the fabric. Many of you thought this was a good idea. So I ended up getting 2 colors. So I think what I'm going to do is do the green and then do that pink as the binding.
Binding.
Yep. And then, yeah. Or I could do the pink. It's kind of a coral. And then this is the binding, but I really like this one because it's got a lot of the colors and the remainder of the quilt. And then my backing.
Oh.
I know. This is going to be my backing. This is a wide cut. I've never.
Well, because she has wide cuts, right? Or Fat Quarter Shop has wide cuts.
I'm going to I just envision myself reading my quilt as I'm under it.
Same.
I know.
Oh, Rachel.
The sheep sold.
Oh, I love that.
I know. A farmer's home.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I know. So if you can get an idea.
Totally. Oh, Rachel, you're going to have quilts.
My first
quilts everywhere.
My first quilt I've ever made.
I am going to set up a quilting station.
Yes.
I was going to do the ping pong table.
Yeah.
But all of my Advent minis, like that becomes Advent Central. And right now I've got all the bags of just what needs to be dyed, and I need to double it. And yeah, so I have to figure it out. I have a big house. Like
there's room.
Be able to find a room, but
you need a table though. You need a big area.
I'm half considering using my dining room table and just doing it.
Yeah, I mean, nobody uses our dining room right now.
No, and it's off to the side. It's not like the center of the house.
Make that your quilting room.
It might become my quilting room.
Like temporary, kind of, when you get your machine in there, and you'll need an ironing station.
You know what? Honestly, it would be the best quilting room because I have an antique hutch in there that I could keep. We might have just solved another problem here.
I love it. I'm feeling like we're going to be live from your quilting room next time.
Non-quilter. The other thing, I want one of those ironing pads, the felted wool.
I have one of those, and it smells like farm when I use it. It kind of bugs me, and people say that too. And then one time I used it. I had it on top of my cutting mat, and I was using it all, a couple hours of ironing stuff. And then I lifted it up and it warped my cutting mat. It was like melting my mat. So one of my cutting mats is all wavy now because the heat went through it.
So maybe I'll get one of those little ironing boards with the little tiny legs.
Yeah,
I could do that.
that's a
You
good
know
idea.
what?
What does
Oh my
Lori
gosh.
use?
I feel like she's got the little tiny ironing board.
Yeah.
Can I tell you this though? It's also my dining room table is an antique, gorgeous oak table. Like
Ooh.
it would be a perfect sewing room.
Oh, yeah. Do you have nice light? Is there windows?
Windows, overhead. I love when I have these. Poor Dave, I have literally taken over the entire house. He gets this little tiny room in the basement where he rides his bike. I literally use this entire house.
Yeah, I could easily, once these boys leave, get me a whole second
This
floor.
is making it so exciting for me right now.
I want to
I
see
have
your
a
living
sewing
or
room.
your dining room now.
I have a
See
sewing room. We'll come to you live once I get a laptop.
laptop and your new machine.
Please help. This is
I
a
know.
huge call for help. It's what I want so bad. I'll
Well,
go
I
with
think
the white one. I'm kind of like you. The white one would work too, and there's a lot of those out there. But I really want green or yellow.
I love that buttery yellow color.
Me too.
But would we get tired of it, of those colors?
Nope.
I think you got to just go for it. Some of the machines they paint over and you don't see that gold, the lettering and stuff of the
Yeah,
old machine, which I like. And
same.
some do, and I'm like, how do they do that? Do they recreate it with gold over their paint job? Because I'm assuming they use those sprayers that they use for cars, when they paint it.
Do they mask it off?
Wow. Yeah. They have some sort of gel that they put on it and then it rubs off after they. It seems really hard. And
People that are
you have to crochet that little circle that sits underneath the thread on the
no
bobbin thing.
problem.
Isn't that cute?
Real floss tubers are like, okay, it's time to go now.
No. Boy, they're easily manipulated by Lori Holt.
I know. Her aesthetic is just so pleasing to me. Pleasing to the
I
eye.
could watch her. She's got a new one I haven't watched yet. I gotta watch.
Yes.
I mean, I think it's from last week. Her and Cass are taping tomorrow, so I saw that post on Instagram. So we'll
I
do one tomorrow.
I love to be inspired. That is
Me.
one of my goals. That's what I look for in a knitting podcast, floss tube. The people that inspire me, like that make me go, oh, I have to go do that. So
I love it.
I do
I
too.
love
I
it.
do too. So
I don't know why I just thought of this, but are you watching on PBS Atlantic Crossing?
no.
It's Masterpiece, on PBS.
Okay.
Um,
Atlantic.
there's 2 episodes. It's about the royal family of Norway when the Germans invaded during World War II, and it really centers around Princess Marta.
Okay.
It's amazing.
I am
It's
watching
so
nothing.
good.
I am watching nothing right now, so I need something.
I came across it by accident when I was on my Amazon Prime channel. I subscribed to the PBS channel for a little extra every month, and it was trending, this Atlantic Crossing, and the picture looked kind of Downton Abbey-ish, and I was like, what is this? So I binged the first 2, and now I have it recording on PBS Sunday nights.
All right, I'm gonna check it out. I watch nothing right now. I'm so like flitty.
Yeah. Well, if you're looking for a real good drama period piece, it's so interesting.
All right, I'm watching it.
Yes. I don't know why I just thought of that. Lori Holt, Atlantic Crossing. All right. Anyway, we've gotten to the end.
We've come to the end. I have a ton of dyeing to do today. I already started the tower.
Yep. I love that tower.
It's nothing. That's just like a little hill.
Oh no, we've seen it up to that first picture.
Yeah, it goes up that high. My intent was, but then a bunch of other stuff started happening. So It's all good. It's all good. I'm getting ready for the weekend, next weekend, and I'm hoping my prim and proper comes. I can run to Joanne Fabrics and get more floss.
Yes. And I want to start my flea market flowers. I want to continue with anniversaries, and I want to make more tags to put in the shop.
Yay. And get on that
And I'll start ordering for
Barbara Anna, because
the
I
Barbara
would like that. I've got to go back to your shop again today.
Just love it. I love that bottom border down there. I
I
love these colors. Maybe if I get my face out of the way.
There have been quite a few people stitching this, and I won't remember who they are. And
Uh-huh.
I have gone to look in Fat Quarter Shop, 123 Stitch. It pulls up, and then I go, yeah, but I can't just order one.
Yeah.
Like, but I didn't know what else I wanted. So now you are my supplier. I love
I love it. Look at those cats. I'm not even a cat person
it.
necessarily,
Neither. Love it.
but I love those cats.
Love it. Love it.
Anyway. All right. Well, everybody have a great 2 weeks. Thanks for joining us today. And
Be back with lots more.
I know lots more. All right.
Really fast. All right, friends.
Bye.